welcome to our next session, which is on process automation, accelerated by advanced connectivity. Welcome with me, Jessica Wittun from Schneider Electric, our CTO for connectivity, Shamik Mishra, sorry, and Jeremy sorry for that, who is our 5G and digital transformation director. So they will speak about a common journey on process automation and how improved advanced connectivity can help to accelerate that.
Hello everybody. So thank you so much for joining. I'm excited to be here with these two exceptional individuals. You will see. We will discuss about how advanced connectivity can improve process automation industry. And basically in my daily work, I address, the IT, OT, connectivity topics. And today it's a very good illustration of the type of conversation that are taking place there. And so let's see what kind of expertise and subjects are brought to the table when we have to discuss this kind of digital transformation that are also driven by advanced connectivity. So Jessica, let me start with you. So you are from Schneider Electric. You are deploying a lot of at-scale products that help the digitalization of the process of your clients. Can you share a bit about how advanced connectivity can bring some advantages to your activities?
Sure. Yes, I come from Schneider Electric. I lead the industrial automation, process automation line of business in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Schneider Electric is a supplier and manufacturer of electric and automation product and functions. We have roughly 200 manufacturing sites globally, of which we've deployed wireless connectivity in 20 of these sites. And we currently have 3 labs around the world. Let me see. Where we can develop digital solutions with and for our customers. When we're looking at the process industries, what we're really looking at achieving with wireless connectivity is, of course, reliable, low latency connectivity. Critical at the moment in looking at leveraging the future technologies that we want to work with. We're looking at developing advanced applications like hoisting to make sure that we allow our customers a more flexible, more agile approach to monitoring and orchestrating their process and production. Video is critical for us. We're learning in remote operations, and that is where some of the benefits that we're looking to achieve through wireless connectivity.
Okay, this is clear. Thank you so much, Jessica. Shamik, so on Capgemini side, we are addressing a lot of connectivity topics and also with your team of experts. Maybe can you tell us a bit about what are the trends, challenges that you can see for the advanced connectivity in this industrial world?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Jessica, for joining us. One of the key reasons why we look at connectivity technologies today is because connectivity is the fabric which links devices to a place where data can be consumed. So it's basically the underlying fabric for new intelligent industry use cases where we can consume data coming from different devices. And this data could be anything. For the matter, it could be very small, trusty data which comes every second and a sensor comes up and sends the data. Or it could be, as Jessica was mentioning, it could be a streaming video. So the traffic profile of an industrial automation or an industrial shop floor is changing drastically. It's not like small little sensor data coming in and going, but there are a lot of different kinds of traffic profiles which have to be handled. So naturally, there cannot be a single connectivity technology addressing all of these needs. So you may need to have industrial Ethernet, you need to have wireless connectivity, you need to have connectivity that scales. One of the key reasons why we have been considering 5G and advanced connectivity together with Schneider Electric and others, is the scale of adding new devices. So if a new device gets added, in a cellular wireless context, it's very simple process. It's literally plug and play. Whereas if you want to add new devices with wired connectivity, you would have to do a whole network dimensioning done. You have to do the connectivity and you have to do all kinds of other planning along with it. So the choice for us is to have a solution which kind of works for different kinds of connectivity technologies. And this increases the chance of being more flexible, more agile, and I would say more programmable, because you would be able to bring in data from different locations. The last part is that there are interoperability challenges today. So devices of one manufacturer doesn't work with the device of another manufacturer. So there's a lot of effort that has to go in making applications work, or making a use case which makes sense in the context of all the different devices are there. And therefore, there is also a need to develop interoperability standards or interoperability models that can help different industrial automation players to work together. So these are some of the major challenges, I would say, that has to be fixed down the line in order to unlock the full potential of automated industrial processes.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, standardization is also a key topic, and we have so many providers here that we see at this messe. Jessica, in your point of view, what are the sectors, the industrial sectors that can benefit the most from this advanced connectivity? I know you mentioned, and you're working also in the oil and gas and chemical point of view sectors, but you also mentioned the industrial cranes. So do you have some specific ideas about where advanced connectivity could be of help?
Well, the very broad answer would be anybody who needs to make quick decisions, right, and needs to have full control of the data that's available. This process industry, specifically in Germany, are under a lot of pressure right now, right? So the approach that Schneider Electric has been taking is giving the control back to the customer, giving the control back to the manufacturing, which means standardization of the interfaces between software and hardware. At the end of the day, we're decoupling software and hardware. We're giving the customers, the manufacturers, us, the control back of how to build the best infrastructure to actually respond to the customer and the market's demand. If I look, for example, into a life science company and the next pandemic, hopefully not coming around the corner, but will happen, we need to be able to very quickly adapt manufacturing lines. We need to be able to make sure that we have our systems communicate with each other, interoperate with each other, and have a modular approach to that. And then if we really look at speed, wireless connectivity is the essence for us actually to leverage the new technologies we want to use. If we're talking about digital twin, we're talking about machine learning, we're talking about artificial intelligence, that is only possible if we have the connectivity, the secure and reliable connectivity in place to support our customers in these processes.
And also for some of these clients, these industries, this is like a very broad areas, indoor, outdoor, where continuous connectivity is needed, and something that needs to be considered when we approach the connectivity topic. Shamik, we know that the world is becoming software driven. Can you elaborate a bit on how 5G and the connectivity is becoming also software-centric, and how this goes into the direction of the IT-OT convergence?
Yes, absolutely. And 5G is eventually a connectivity technology, and it is primarily a software. I mean, there are hardware, of course, but then what runs it is a software. What has happened in the past 1 or 2 years, or maybe a little more than that, is that we are able to program the connectivity better. So previously it was like you are connecting and you get what is there, but now we can actually program the determinism of the network, how deterministic the network is. We can program how the quality of service of a network can be adapted. We can also program how to bring in new devices and how you can segregate high-performance devices with devices which doesn't need to perform at low latency. So you're able to utilize the network in a more agile manner as compared to what it was earlier. Then you raised a very important point, and Jessica actually spoke about it. Very large real estate like ports, warehouses, airports, for example, or oil and gas fields. You need large amount of mobility capabilities because there are vehicles which are flying, there are autonomous vehicles that are flying there are remote workers that are working there, and these are again a convergence of technologies. You have computer vision, which is driving some of these autonomous vehicles. There are sensors coming, sending in data. There is worker safety involved in it. There is a lot of autonomy that is required in that context, and autonomy has to be somewhat decentralized because you cannot possibly take decisions at one location. You have to take decisions at the right location. So you need distributed kind of computing everywhere, where edge computing plays a very important role because you can take the decision at the right location at the right time. But in order to do that, we need a meshed, or I would say a very strong connected ecosystem where such solutions like 5G can play a very strong role. So in general, bringing in determinism and bringing in solutions which suits the right use case, I think is critical from a 5G context.
Okay, so you're talking about distributed intelligence as well and how to interconnect that to make sure that you can deliver advanced use cases at a global scale and in a reliable way. And you're talking also about agility and flexibility of the network, which is something that is, I think, is becoming mandatory for our clients. Maybe if we zoom out a bit, so here we are in Germany, there is a lot of industrial development. We know that for connectivity there is also some really, let's say, forward thinking in Asia, and also they are deploying at scale 5G in some factories. How do you see the ecosystem here? What are the differences that you see with the ecosystem here in Europe? I don't know who wants to take that.
Do you want to start?
I can start, yes, definitely. Well, I think the ecosystem has been comparatively slower, I would say, but at the same time, there is a lot of innovation that's happening today in Europe, both in terms of process industry, which Jessica represents, as well as connectivity. I mean, connectivity, we of course have some of the largest connectivity equipment manufacturers, equipment providers in Europe. And at the same time, I think there is a lot of new intelligent software development on software that can able to take decisions that are happening in Europe as well. I think the key element that misses today, which has to be introduced, is perhaps a common way of working and a common standard which will bind the ecosystems together. Because a problem cannot be solved by a single company. It has to be a collaboration of connectivity companies, of system integrators, of process companies, of device manufacturers, AI companies. So when there is a collaboration, you need a common framework to collaborate. And that, I think, has to rapidly develop over the next year or so that this kind of model can be implemented in the context of Europe. But then, of course, the ecosystem is absolutely thriving. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Jessica?
I would fully agree. I have a colleague that always says, well, one person cannot be perfect, but a team can be. And I think we can scale that to an ecosystem, actually. One company cannot be perfect, but an ecosystem can. And I think we have a momentum right now. We've got the technology. We have all the technology we need, actually, to solve our problems, and at least short and midterm problems. But we have to come together and work together to resolve that. I think we have the responsibility. Exactly. Specifically here in Germany or Central Europe, we still have a very privileged situation compared to the rest of the world. And I think that comes with responsibility. And so while in Germany specifically the process industries are challenged and we have our struggles, I think there's still a massive opportunity. And leveraging technologies like wireless connectivity can really help us leverage to the future.
Thank you so much for your insight. So I hope that this was useful for everybody. What I will just keep and take home is that so 5G is a technology that can enable and accelerate digital transformation in this process automation sector. I heard so much about, yes, software-driven activities, so how this also goes into the direction of IT/OT convergence. So this will further help the sector. And I heard that to address this kind of complex topics, various expertise needs to be mobilized, organized, structured, so that an approach can be built to move into this digital transformation direction. So thank you so much. I really appreciate having you both on stage.
Thank you.
And I told you, these are great people, and now you've seen it. Okay? So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have time for questions.
Yes, we
if
have.
you want.
Yes.
So let me start with the first question. Thank you, Jessica, for being our guest. So with regards to Schneider and 5G, so what are your future plans? And might be that 5G is part of your portfolio in the future?
Well, we are developing the use cases together. It shouldn't be just part of our portfolio. It should be part of our everyday activities. So we're doing our best to get there. Yes.
Thank you. Any further questions from the audience?
Thank you for this great talk. Just a question on looking at process automation and advanced connectivity, and you mentioned the hoisting system. Are there any future specific use cases that you're excited about?
I'm sorry.
You can hear? Are there any specific use cases in the future that you're excited about?
That I'm sorry?
That you're excited about?
That I'm
you like to
excited
see?
about? I mean, look, if we're looking at the hoisting applications, I think that's actually very exciting already, the remote access. I honestly spoken, I haven't been in many of the use cases specifically myself, right? I think the ability of running multiple applications at the same time, the low latency, the security, that's, where I'm thinking there's a lot of opportunity out there. So it's hard for me to pick one at this moment of time, to be honest, because I think the sky's the limit at this moment of time.
And maybe if I may, on the oil and gas and chemical sites, what is also of interest is the turnaround.
Yeah.
The turnaround is a key topic. So the moment where you have some planned maintenance with a lot of actors that are coming out from the outside in, and you need to provide some connectivity, you need to make sure that this activity lasts the least possible, because every hour that you're saving is key and amounts to a lot of money. So having a reliable wireless connectivity would save a lot of time. But we can also think about, drone inspection in this kind of large facility. This is something that could be of help as well. And of course, we think about replacement of Tetra and mission critical activities. This is something that needs to be considered specifically on these ATEX sites. So there is a lot of exciting use cases that we will be investigating in the future jointly with Schneider Electric. And thanks again for joining us on this discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.